got staying with the heat even though I'm a sad boy. You better watch the way you breathe around me for that breath be your last boy. I've been drinking red, boy. I been chopping down these birds, McCoy. No, I bet my rich in really 9 months. Overseas, kind of skin.
Alright, hello guys, it is your boy Bravado back here with another video. I hope y'all will enjoy this one because, you know, people have been asking me to do this for a while. Like, honestly, any series with Arthur Leywin in it, and I'm finally so glad that I get to do this. Pretty okay length of a video, so grab your popcorn. I wish I held back on my popcorn today. Popcorn being the food that I ate. God damn it. I hate diets. We'll see about tomorrow. Alright, anyway. So, let's get right into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit all that stuff, and let's go. So, the world of Black Clover, one we are very accustomed to as possessing mana and allowing people to conjure spells. This is quite normal in the world, but the influence of just one kid would change all of this forever. We open up on the Forsaken Realm. The working commoners see rising lights made of mana lighting up the capital from afar, wondering, what are they so happy about? It's not that special of a day. Oh, didn't you hear the Wizard King made a return? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Just then, however, as the farmers are talking about doing their thing, they feel the ground quake and some fall forward, realizing that only one person could have done this. It's Asta, isn't it? Well, he's gonna be the pride of Hodge, but he might destroy it before we get to celebrate. Fading into a new scene, we see Asta with heavy breath as he is drenched in sweat, standing in a crater. Nope, again. He stomps and he pulls out from the earth massive pillars that rise as he holds his arms to the side, and he blows them away while shaping them into shards that fall, piercing and spreading cracks and tremors through the forest for at least about a mile. Well, luckily enough, the forest no longer existed at all because Asta trained there so much that he left it barren. So yeah. Asta then leaps and lets out a cold breath, quite literally, as he holds his hand down, releasing a blast of water that upon crashing then instantly freezes itself, and it releases these massive spikes that uproot themselves, almost reaching Asta, who masterfully lands on the tip of one of the icebergs. He would then perch upon this, looking around with a smile. Yep, magic never gets boring. He would then stand and slide down this ice as he would use the momentum to envelop himself with yellow lightning and blast himself forward, heading back home very quickly at incredible speed. He would soon reach his small area of, obviously, Hodge, and he would sweep up wind in the process as villagers watched him head off, passing by them. Be careful not to hurt yourself, Asta, and don't crash this time. Asta would come to a stop at some point with his rising hair from the lightning falling back as he says, "No worries, I got it under control." Just then, he turns and he sees his orphan siblings running to him. "You idiot, did you really cause that earthquake?" asked Rika. "Of course I did." The youngest would then hug his leg, saying that was really cool, and Asta picked him up, saying that maybe he could teach him that one day, and he starts walking back with them. But Nash says that's impossible. You're the only one that can do crazy stuff like that. Sister Lily at this point walks out from the backyard, accompanied by the stoic Yuno, who carries with him a basket full of clothes. "Morning? Need help with that?" asked Asta. "Of course not," said Yuno. "I already took care of it." Just then, Asta and Yuno would begin a staring contest, glaring at each other. "Oh, come on, guys, not today. Seriously, not today," said Lily. They would then both trail to see a mound of unchopped wood just left there, and Asta moves at incredible speed, still holding Arlu, the youngest, as he appears, stomping the hilt of an axe handle as it spins, and he would grab it as it rises, and he would then sense an attack of wind, and he would then rip through this being Yuno's attempt to chop the wood before him, before then hitting the wood and splitting it himself. Damn it, Yuno thought. Asta then swung down and just left the axe right in the low stump that was supposed to be used to, hold the wood. And just then, however, he's then punched in the head by Lily, who says, "That's dangerous, you're still holding Arlu. Be careful." Arlu, however, was laughing, clapping his hands and saying to do it again, and Asta apologized, letting him down, and he got serious, saying, "You're still wasting way too much mana on your attacks, That's why your wind isn't sharp enough. I don't need a magic lesson right now." And that attack was perfect. You know it. "Yeah, you're not gonna win that battle," said Nash. "Just give up." "Yeah, Asta's super stubborn," said Arlu. "Okay, gotta go train now," said Asta. "Also, I'm not stubborn. I'm right." He would then hand Arlu to Reka, and he would then leap to the skies using wind, and Lily would yell, "But you just came back from training." "Sorry, I'll be back soon." He would then just blast off as dropping the basket in Lily's arms abruptly. Then says he needs to go train as well, and he runs off. Lily then sighs as she asks, "Is it weird that I still try to this day?" "Yes," all of the kids say. As he blasts off, Asta ends up landing atop the skull of the Forsaken Realm as he walks to the statue of the Wizard King and sits beside it, crossing his legs and closing his eyes. As he does, a golden aura begins to cover him with luminary little lights of different colors. These seem like particles approaching and entering his body. These lights would then create runes upon his skin, covering him entirely. His hair becomes pure white with golden tips. However, Asta stays unaware of this as he's only able to access this state while completely focused, and that requires him to have his eyes closed so that he can use what he has named mana cultivation. This allows him to increase his affinity with the multiple attributes that he has, and it only works for someone of his body type, as he's not just a hybrid, he's more of a tetrad, maybe even more than that. I don't know how to describe the type of like magic, the mage that he is. He has control over earth, water, fire, wind, and he has different control over lightning and etc. You know what it is. Asta would then open his eyes and finds that the sun has begun to set. Oh crap! He would get up and lean forward as he starts falling, but just then he holds his hand out, wrapping himself with the wind, and changes his velocity, pushing him straight forward towards the tower, from which you could feel a lot of mana from. I went too deep this time. I saw that image again. The image of a certain man is shown to us, and Asta has always seen him when he uses mana cultivation, but we'll focus on that way later. Asta would quickly near the tower and comes to a stop atop it, with a strong wind blowing down on all those below as they look up to see Asta fall, using wind to carefully avoid their falling grimoires as the ceremony has already begun. "You're late," yells Orsi. "Sorry, I was training." "It's that commoner, isn't it?" "Yes, he's the one with the multiple control over elements." "Hey Asta, you overslept or something?" As he comes to land, Asta would laugh, scratching his head, saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. I made it, didn't I?" Everyone in this region knew of Asta, as it was hard not to due to his abilities, and they just are cool like that. Basically, it's a big community, and Asta just knows everybody. They know him. Just then, a grimoire would then fall, and another one is accompanied by it, both having two bright shines, but the brightest of the two had a white one. It was so bright, it was insane, letting off a radiant energy, and this is when Asta's grimoire stops in front of him, being the radiant one, of course, that's overwhelming, and would catch his own, showing it was a 4-leaf, and the same one for Asta. "Wait, seriously? Both of them? You can't be serious." Their families were just as shocked as they didn't know how to react, so others just, start doing it for them. That being, the nobles were completely shocked. The commoners explode into applause, cheers, along with the usual compliment about Asta's appearance being mixed in. Being Arthur's reincarnation, his build is less bulky, more lean, and he's even stronger than the original Asta, but he still has silver hair, green eyes. It's kind of hard to ignore him. Girls love guys with green eyes. That's just a fact. So, yeah. He even ties his hair like Arthur. And when I'm making comments about his appearance, it's not because I want to, it's because I have to. It's Arthur Leywin. Anyway, as he grabs his grimoire, Asta will be looking through it when, then declares, "I'm gonna be the Wizard King." As he raises his grimoire, a stunned Asta turns attention to his little brother, who shows a smirk as everyone cheers for him. "You little bastard." "Well, it doesn't matter to me." He completely switches emotions as with a leap he flies off and says, "Hey, what the? At least show a little anger." As he heads off, we get a closer look at Asta's grimoire as it lights up, filling with spell after spell, confusing him as it is not normal to have this many already, and he then shows a nervous smile. "Oh, this is awesome." The spells eventually stop, and Asta begins to go through them as he finds a section for each of his elements and hints for other sub-elements of the main ones he can control. "I have sound magic? Cool." He finds much more incredible things mixed in, and now he has one spell from each element, and he will go try them out in his training spot until the sun fully begins to set. It's about to go night, and he sits on the ground cross-legged with his pages flipping over and over. So it's called elemental magic. Well, all magic is elemental. I don't really know what to make of this, said Asta. He would then stand grabbing and closing the book and begins to walk back with a smile He's happy, you know, it's a great day. But then he feels a bizarre disturbance. An eerie and evil like mana is in the air, and in a massive burst of speed, he dashes forward, breaking the sound barrier back to the Grimoire Tower with a look of anger until he leaps, and all that momentum catapults him right towards Revchi and the captured Yuno. What the hell do you think you're doing? As he lands, Asta quakes the building, leaving Revchi with no choice but to attack. I guess I get 2 4-leafs today. Serpents made of chains would lunge from his grimoire towards Asta, who emanates his magical aura as he would stomp, making a wall of earth rise, and this would block the attacks right as he would then kick this wall, breaking it apart into boulders that are sent at Revchi that slam into the man, and then just slam him into the wall behind. Like, oh, I can't even describe the force. This man got hit with a full-on boulder, bruh. He dents it, getting knocked out as the chains then fully release Yuno, and he would say, I totally had that. You idiot. As he shouts, Yuno is startled, saying that he's being way too much, but Asta continues to berate him, making Yuno retreat to his knees in guilt and fear. This is why I told you to keep alert, damn it. I'm not always gonna be around here, alright? Wizard King my ass. But what? When I give you advice on magic, take it. Also, screw the Wizard King. If you wanted to say that, you could have just said it at the tower. Well, I mean, considering the situation, I don't think that really matters anymore. Do you understand? Yeah, I do. Are you sure? Yes. Now stop yelling at me. Fine. As he stands back up, Asta said he never asked him to get on his knees, so honestly, that's all him. He being on some weird shit. Just then, onto the rooftop barge some mages that take notice of Revchi out cold on the ground. Oh, did you take care of him? Got a problem with that? Asked Asta. As he glares at them, they say no and grab the criminal, thank him with a bow, but Asta, while focusing on them, felt that Yuno was walking away, and we see him tiptoeing away as quietly as possible. Where are you going? We're not done with this. You almost died. As he freezes, Asta would turn to him, and Yuno just sees Asta glaring at him. He runs off, leaping off the rooftop, and he starts flying. Damn it, I hate when he gets like this. Hey. God! Appearing right behind the boy, he literally scares the freaking Holy Spirit out of Yuno as he screams, and this would fill the entire forest, alerting birds to take off to the skies. We then have a time skip. 6 months would pass. A lot happened in those 6 months. And meeting their family at a crossroads, Asta and Yuno hug them and say their goodbyes. You guys stay safe, okay, said Osi. And no causing trouble. He looks to Asta, who looks away in guilt, but just puts up a smile, and the father, honestly, he can't really hate this guy. And sister said, no matter what, we're gonna be proud of both of you. Do your best out there. Yeah, just know that, said Orsi. As the two nod, they begin to walk, then run, waving goodbye. And Asta said, hey, I left a present for you in the back. Keep practicing. As the family show a look of concern, they look at each other and hope it's nothing ridiculous. Cut to a few moments later, and it's just what they get. Well, the kids thought it was cool and ran to a golem made of not earth, but some ore. It wasn't even metal. It was made of ore, and it had a human form, but much larger. It was very, very detailed as well. I'm ready to help, said the golem. I'm ready to help begin training, said Lily. Meanwhile, Yuno and Asta are just running when Yuno asks, what did you do? Oh, it's just a little something. Using a mimicry of one of his past teachers, Asta made a golem from earth and gave it life by melding it with magic stones embedded into it, thus changing its form entirely, effectively making its veins artificial, allowing it to absorb mana in the atmosphere like any other human being. And it also allows it to keep moving and react to spells. It's still nothing compared to his teacher though, as he could make his creations indistinguishable from real life. They would have the same skin as what he was trying to mimic and everything. Asta just wasn't at that level yet. Also, he used compound magic by mixing his natures, and you get a new element when you do that. That's how Asta usually fights. Well, he will fight that way later when enemies get stronger, but you get the point. So that golem though is at the level of at least the vice captain, so yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, heading to the Clover capital, the boys arrive in that day, get comfortable as they ran out of place to stay until the day of the actual exam. And when it came, we hear next as the receptionist checks the grimoire of a 3-leaf, letting them into the Colosseum. And following up, Yuno shows his grimoire. What the? There's no way. A 4-leaf grimoire? Upon hearing this, those in the line are left shocked as Yuno looks at Lena like a commoner, and being annoyed by this, Yuno just asks, can I go in? Oh yes, right away. He hands him a number and says, "Next," thinking, "Man, these new batches are incredible." Just then, Asta will step up showing his grimoire, but right before the man can say anything, his mouth is grabbed shut by Asta, who shakes his head with a smile. "I have a very nice 3-leaf, don't I?" he asked. As he lets go of the man, people in the back wonder what was going on, right as the person behind Asta, that being Seke, sees that he has a 4-leaf. Him as well? Why is he lying about it, he thought. I should just keep my mouth shut, I don't want to die. As he heads in with the number the receptionist gives him, he just feels tired. And then Seke steps up saying, "Here, my magnificent grimoire." "I'm gonna kill these brats," thought the receptionist. As he arrives in the interior, Asta looks around with his hands in his pockets, disappointed at the venue. He honestly wanted something more grandiose. And quickly other participants begin to take notice of Asta's mana, how domineering it feels. The magic birds peck at commoners, but don't bother him or bother Yuno. Noble daughters swoon over them as they do the same for, Yuno. And they would be saying, like, for a commoner, he's not bad. I wouldn't mind making him a servant. "Well, there's nothing to do," said Asta. He then takes a seat in a spot and begins to gather mana, and because he had never done this with people around him, he stays unaware that all those present notice him growing with more power and getting that same form with different hair. Look at him, what are those markings all over him? Is he really a commoner like us? Do you seriously have to be the center of attention? Thought The magic birds at that moment would then flap their wings and leave in fear of overwhelming magic, and that would be the overwhelming magic of the captains. As they make their entrance, the young men and women erupt with admiration, and honestly, they consider them legends enough as is. "Sorry for taking so long," said William. "I will overlook your exam myself." "Wow, it's really him. I heard he was the closest to become Wizard King." Raising his grimoire to the skies, he would create branches that take the shape of brooms and descend to each person down below, and Asta walks out grabbing a hold of one. "Hey, do I have to use this?" As Asta yells this, everyone is shocked as, no one should be talking to the captain so casually, but William sees him asking and says, "If you really can't fly with that one, I'd be interested in seeing that, young man." "Oh, good then, because it would have been annoying otherwise." As he drops the broom, his hair rises as he slowly begins to float off the ground, leaving everyone shocked at how efficient his control is before he then blasts into the air, knocking many back into the floor. "Damn, I've been waiting to use this one," he said, as he would then dive back down, gliding above everyone just barely, like he was so close, and he would then kick off a wall back to the sky, and then he comes to a stop. I don't even care about being a knight, but this is fun. His power left a bitter taste in nobles who quickly use their brooms to rise, but some can't at all, and some just can't reach the level he is at. And the same goes for commoners as well, but higher than all of them was Yuno, who reaches Asta very calmly saying, "You're not winning this one. It's not a competition, idiot. I'm doing what I've always done, having fun with magic." "From our information, they both hail from the Forsaken Realm," said William. "Really?" said Yami. "I'm looking forward to this, said Fugoyan. Even against a 4-leaf, that boy shows strength." As everyone soon lands back down, those who couldn't rise high enough or get up at all fail, but watching in awe and envy, Noelle was left amazed by Asta. Don't forget, she was actually not allowed to participate because of Nozel, but she was there. I'm gonna include her in this, and she was just thinking, I couldn't even participate, but he's everything I wish I could be. "I assume this means you don't wish to use the broom at all then," said William. As he picks up the broom, however, Asta says, "No, I'll tweak it a bit. Thanks." That commoner is talking casually to a captain. Who does he think he is? Regardless of their, pettiness, the next test is the power portion, with everyone getting a turn at destroying a stone target. After the person before him, Asta steps up and begins to think, water, earth, what are we thinking? Maybe lightning? Okay, I got it. He gets in a fighting stance and he would pull back his fists as his grimoire begins to flip. Elemental magic, sound series, high frequency. He pierces the air with a punch, but though there is no shockwave, the target will then explode to pieces. What did you do? Having just done his spell, Yuno is surprised at what just happened, and Asta begins to walk off, surprised that it worked out so well. He punched and used a sound wave at the frequency of which no one could even hear, and someone with senses like he, can actually hear this, but it was so powerful that it destroyed the material, because he also matched the frequency with the frequency of the material. Every material has a frequency. If you hit that, you break it, like how glass shatters. And you'll be thinking, sound magic is more useful than I thought. "You commoner." Asta then stops, and he would see a noble call out to him. "What did you do? It was a trick, wasn't it?" As he sighs, getting a look of annoyance, Asta would then walk off, not answering this noble and leaving him completely enraged. Next up, on the moving target, Asta would clap his hands together, pulling them apart and creating a rune formation that fires a streak of yellow lightning that would then rip through the target with ease. "So he has lightning magic," said Nozel. "That does not add up. And that magic circle, I've never seen one like that before," said Charlotte. "I actually have," said Nozel. "It's similar to the Heart Kingdom's method of magic, so that I do understand, but everything else, no." Hearing this is a bit weird because, clearly Asta has a Clover Grimoire, but, they just keep watching. They're gonna ask him later when they have time. They also keep an eye on Yuno since he has the most potential beside Asta. And for the creation portion, everyone has to make whatever they can. Yuno creates an owl made of wind when he then hears thumping, and in shock like everyone else, he watches as a massive gorilla forms from the earth and its eyes shine bright gold as it roars while Asta imitates it. Good work, boy. What? He doesn't have lightning magic? I thought it was wind. "Oh, maybe he's like me then," said Ro. "A type of magic that can replicate other types of magic." "Maybe," said William. By the way, Asta's creations are extremely lifelike, even though they're like nothing compared to his master. His details on this creature are like the real thing. Even its hairs, it doesn't have like the same colors, like skin color as the ape, but like they've never even seen this creature before up so close. Like from what I've seen, there's not like a mention of like apes normally or like chimpanzees or monkeys like that. Even if someone calls someone a monkey, I never even like heard them say that. So this creature looks otherworldly to them, and they thought it was a magical beast replica. They're not far off though. Then the fun part comes, and Fuegoleon stands gathering everyone up. "You will face one another in bouts. You've definitely made a few attack spells by now, so no backing out. Pick an opponent, and we will allow you to fight." Looking around, everyone thinks about an opponent they could pick that would be perfect, to let them show off their power, but they wouldn't lose to them like embarrassingly. "I wish to fight Asta." As yells this, everyone makes way for him as he goes to the center, and they make a circle on him. Asta would then step up with a smile, hands in his pockets like usual. "Man, I might beat you ragged, That's if you can. I've grown stronger." Asta's grimoire then rises, fully showing its back, leaving everyone shocked. He had a 4-leaf? Why did he hide it? Those bastards are never gonna shut up, Asta thought. "Why did you hide your true power?" asked Fuegoleon. "Why can't I?" asked Asta. "It's my grimoire. I don't care about being a magic knight. I just want to be free." As he chuckles, Fuegoleon would then say that joining a magic knight order couldn't be more of a worse choice. "I wish you luck. Begin." Instantly dashing forward, Yuno would swing, releasing a crescent blade before Asta then focused back on him. But then, without even looking fully at him and focusing fully on his enemy, Asta swings down, blowing away the attack as he disappears, appearing behind Yuno. Nice try. As he stomps, Asta would hit Yuno in the stomach with the rising pillar as he would choke, and from above, an array forms striking him with lightning as he's about to go to the sky, and he crashes back down, barely managing to catch himself and creating a bow, which he fires an arrow of wind from. Asta then creates a rune releasing from it daggers made of water that would counter and clash with every single one of these arrows. "Your water magic is useless against my wind. I've always known that much." "Impossible. Water, earth, lightning? He can use all three. How is this even possible?" The captains have never been more interested in such talent, but Asta would then grow a smirk, saying, "You need to learn how elements interact, little brother." Blowing out a cold breath, Asta claps his hands as everything within the boundary of their stage freezes, instantly creating rising spikes from nowhere. Yuno himself is included, as his bow would fade and he would shiver while Asta advances, and everyone can feel the drop in temperature, even though they're not being targeted at all. "And ice," said Fuegoleon. "I wonder if he can use flames. This is amazing." Kit. "If he likes freedom, then that kid's gonna be in my ballpark," said Jack. The ice would then stop growing though, and Yuno's body, even though like he is like okay, he feels his body being sapped of mana, and he asks, "Why? He can't use this without water, and I blew it away. I'm losing conscience." As a snap is heard, a wave of flames then explode from Asta, who begins to thaw everything away, and Fuegoleon's eyes would shine bright. "Even fire? How?" "He really is like me," said Rill. "Maybe copy magic?" When thawed out enough, Yuno would then fall forward and is caught by Asta, who says, "Good work, Yuno." Also, for context, for a while, Yuno wasn't able to use ice without using water. That has changed. He can still like meld elements to create another situation where it makes it easier for elements to be created if they're deviant ones. But now he can just create them if he wants to as well. Just wanted to, he just likes to be creative with how he fights. It's boring otherwise. Anyway, and Asta congratulates him, and Yuno would say, "Shut up, you egoist." He would then pass out. Everyone explodes with applause, while nobles are filled with complete bafflement. This guy has to be cheating. There's no other way he could be that strong. Like, no commoner should be. Many more face each other, but their fights are not as amazing as the first. And then came the selection. When he stepped up and he was picked, Yuno got all hands, leaving everyone in shock. He of course picks the Golden Dawn, but as Asta gets up, he's a little bit more arrogant. "So who am I picking?" This annoys others, but like clockwork, they all raise their hands to and for him. And William then asks, "Would you like to enlighten us as to what your magic actually is?" Elemental magic: water, fire, earth, wind, and a bunch of other sections for it. I have a subsection for water, ice, wind, sound. Maybe a little bit more. Wait, sound magic? Is that what you use on the target shots, bro? Yep. Anyway, there's also earth to gravity, fire to lightning. Gravity? Are you serious? How is that even fair? The captains only want him more and more, but it makes the bulls know that they're not gonna get him then. "Oi, kid." As Yami stops the chatter, he asks, "You like swordsmanship?" As he smiles from his grimoire, Asta would then pull out a blade. It was blue. It's the same one that Arthur has from the comics. It's literally the exact same, but he made this one. It's brand new. And he would say, "Great minds think alike. Hey, can I join your squad?" "Sure, I'm not stopping you." What? What is wrong with you? You could have picked the Golden Dawn. From behind, a commoner then tries to warn Asta. "The bulls are known as the worst of the worst. Pick carefully." "I know about them. I don't care." The captain is all laid back, shocked, as Fernando would then explode with happiness. While, they're just like, the captains are just there, like, completely done. And Langris is there as well, but he gets mad seeing his brother is so happy because he's a killjoy. But he thought, "You'll never change, Fernando, even with the genius on your team." Asta would then run off to the side, allowing someone else to step up as he meets up with Yuno. "Isn't this awesome, Gordon? We finally have a new member," said Fernando. As he nods, he obviously agrees, and so the selection continues, but getting all hands is quite rare. Most get turned away immediately, and some lucky few get at most 2 hands or nothing more. Soon night fell fully, and it was time for people to go to their new squad, start their new lives. "Nice to meet you, Captain," said Asta. As he playfully salutes, Yami would then take a puff from his cigarette. "Stop being so happy, it's creepy." "Hell no." "So you wanna die, huh?" "Captain, don't act like that, Fernando. He's gonna run away." "Asta." Hearing his name being shouted, Asta would then turn to see Yuno, who is about to leave, and he tells him, "Next time I won't lose like that." "I wish you luck, my little brother." "Whatever. I'll beat you next time, I swear." As he turns, he then takes off, following Siren and Langris, who says, "So you grew up with that guy. Gotta suck to live in someone's shadow like that, kid." "I'm older than you, and don't call me kid," said Yuno. His vibe completely switches from how he talks to Asta so playfully, and Langris thought, "I'm gonna hate this bastard." Meanwhile, Asta steps through Fernand's portal, saying that his magic is amazing. "No, it's nothing special. I mean, whatever you say, I still think it looks cool. So this is where we live." As he looks on with pride, an explosion then goes off, blowing off the doors from their hinges, as he would then grow a smile even wider, saying, "This isn't even better than I thought it'd be." He runs towards the building as Fernando realizes that he might just be crazy, and he fits perfectly with this group. It didn't matter what Yami said to him. Barging in through the smoke, Asta flies in, kicking Luck in the face into a wall, leaving everyone shocked, especially Magna, who was unable to hit him like usual because, well, Luck is fast as hell, but this kid just comes out of nowhere, just bodies him. Is this how things are done in this squad? Fun. Luck then, claws out his leg using a lightning, his lightning gauntlets or claws, but Asta pulls back as Luck would then push off, creating and shooting a blast of lightning. And however, as he backhanded this, Asta would turn the lightning to nothing. He erased my spell like nothing. As they both land, Asta is raring to go and keep going, and everyone is about to attack him, honestly, because they thought he was an enemy, when Yami then grabs him from behind. "Settle down, you little shits." "Aw, you're no fun." "Captain, you're back." Quickly gathering before him, Magna would then specifically ask who the hell this guy is. Oh, I'm Asta. I'm your new guy. Yami then lets him down, saying that he was insane enough to willingly join them, even though he has a 4-leaf grimoire. So, take good care of him. Oh, kid, really? You have a 4-leaf? Said Vanessa, not bad. This pretty-faced little bastard. He chose us? Asked Magna. Well, you got good taste, but you know what you need to go through. Our baptism. Asta would then shrug her shoulders, saying sure, and outside everyone, gathers and they take a seat on a couch just to watch them go at it. Captain, is this really fair? Asked Vanessa. Oh, he'll be fine, said Fernando. That guy's magic is insane. Charmy, just thinking about how handsome Asta is, meanwhile, is like just, freaking out, fangirl energy. And currently, the reason why they're, worried for him is because Asta is looking at Luck and Magna, and he's hyped to fight both of them as he begins to stretch, pulling the same blade that he did at the exam out from his grimoire. I'm getting payback, said Luck. No, you won't. After I beat both of you, I'm going to become a bull, right? I said you need to just fend off an attack, but I like your guts, kid. Go ahead and try, said Magna. Blitzing him with a lightning claw, Luck would then go for his face instantly, only getting parried and directed to the ground, from where a pillar would then strike him in the face, knocking him back, especially his head, violently, as he would then crash right on his back, feeling a massive sting of pain spreading through his body. So this is what it's like facing a 4-leaf. I can't stop shaking, thought Magna. But mustering up courage, he would then bat an explosive fireball at Asta, who dashes forward, tanking the explosion after explosion, and just forging forward as volley after volley is thrown at him. But Asta would then eventually kick the ground, launching himself forward with a platform of earth. Then he imbues his blade with ice and swings, blowing everything away, leaving behind a cold breeze. Ice? Thought Magna. Appearing behind him, Asta would then swing again, but Luck appears blocking this attack and now bleeding at the head with a wide smile. I'm not done yet. I'm sure you're not. Through his blade, he then runs yellow lightning that then reaches and instantly rises through Lux's body, destroying his arm. He uses his lightning claw instantly and shocking him as he screams. But Magna would then swing his bat at Asta, who would then back away, swaying back, releasing a point-blank fireball from below him, using a rune, launching Magna into the air. This guy, he's an absolute monster, Magna thought. Moments later, having woken up, the two are in complete daze. Like, Asta is being given his robe by Vanessa, and they're just like, bro, what the hell just happened to me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? But then they're snapped out of it as Magna says, that was real manly, Asta. Thanks, that wasn't my intention, but thanks. Your lightning magic's really interesting, by the way. It's kind of a shame. Why? Asked Luck. It could be so much stronger. As he hears this, Luck would then ask if Asta will fight him again, and he says sure, which excites him. Alright, I'm gonna show you around, said Magna. Follow me. As he does, he and Magna head in and begin their look around. The new members are honestly kind of excited to have such a, hype Kohai. Like, he's a very excited dude. And Asta is shown the onsen, the library, dining room, and the beast cage. Don't get too close to them. Only Captain Yami can. He did tame... What the hell? Really, said Asta, as the beasts actually are letting him rub their heads right now. They look pretty nice to me. Dude, there's limits to how cool you can be. How are you doing that? I'm just letting them taste my mana. They like it. Magic beasts can taste mana? Well, they're born of it. So they're like mutations. I actually learned my best moves from them. I sneak out all the time and come back weeks later. Yeah, they did not like that. Your family's gotta be pretty awesome to get over that. Yeah, they're the reason I joined. What a sappy story. Magna then turns, as does Asta, to see Noelle walking, as she had just said this. And Magna said, oh, Asta, she joined us today too. She won't tell me or any of us her name, but she's your comrade. Running over, Asta would then grab her hand, shaking it aggressively. We're really the same age. You must be royalty, huh? What's your type? Noelle then turns red as a tomato, pulling back her hand, and she says, don't touch me, commoner. What do you mean my type? Oh, you're one of those. Well, you're not going to be any fun. Let's continue the tour. I got it. Leave it to your senpai. Hey. Yeah? Asked Asta. How did you do that? No commoner I've seen can use spells as well as you, though I'm pretty sure I'm not. Hey, where are you going? Anywhere but here, said Asta. If you want something, don't be such a jerk. These words annoy Noelle so much so that she fires a water ball, but as Magna is about to move, Asta stops him. It's not gonna hit. Just as it nears them, it curves and splashes into a wall beside them. She can't control her magic, Asta said. Hearing these words sent shivers down Noelle's spine because he actually knew before it even hit them That is terrifying, and she begins to shiver. In rage, she then rips off her robe and throws it to the ground. I never liked this stupid squad anyway. No, my precious robe! As he runs to and hugs this robe, Magna demanded that Noel get back here. What an interesting person. She has a lot, but she can't control it, Asta said. But he's gonna have to worry about that later. He gets the full tour, gets to his room, which he cleans up, and the next day after he is done with that, he wakes up Yami, feeds the beast. He has chores, basically he's a new guy, which of course Noel's not helping him with. And he would then be ready to go outside after doing all this to, just train. And from above drops Luck. Hey Asta, what's up? What's going on? As he keeps a hopeful glare at him, Asta realizes, oh, you want to train? Follow me. He runs past him and Luck would follow, but they then begin to hear certain sounds and stumble upon Noel practicing. They hide in the bushes and watch. She's missing a lot, said Luck. Yep, and it's pissing me off. Hey you. As he steps out, Asta would startle Noel, who would then, see him shouting, and all she could think about is the noise and how scary he looks. What are you doing here? Doesn't matter, your magic is really getting on my nerves. Just hearing that puts Noel more on edge as her anxiety takes over, and Asta notices, hey, are you listening? Wait, don't. She then fires a massive water ball, but Asta would then hold his hand out and hold it in place. What? Listen to me, you have a lot of mana, but terrible control. You think I don't know that? Just leave me alone. The water ball expands instantly as Luck would then run out saying, whoa, can I punch it? No need. As I was saying, without proper guidance, you'll ruin your potential, so stop pissing me off and listen. Runes then form and grab a hold of the spell before extinguishing it to nothing. Noel falls as Noel is then approached by Asta, and he would hold his hand out. Here, let me help you. These are, different words. She's never actually heard something like this, which is kind of sad to say, like, goddamn. But honestly, she grabs his hand. He looks like a pretty good guy in this instance specifically, because he was mad at her not because she sucked, but because she's not doing it right, and he wants to help. Both of you are gonna get a lesson in mana cultivation, or so help me God, I'm going to lose it. What's that? They both ask. Oh right, you don't know. Let's begin. Take a seat. I haven't done this since was like 7. As he says this, we cut to actually outside the Golden Dawn base, meditating, the wind surrounding him as he absorbs mana in the air to a ridiculous degree. Watching from afar, some from behind for some they're hiding and watching like weirdos. His seniors come to scrutinize and make fun of him, but they can't because they're interested in what he's doing. They just say nothing until stands turning to face them. You want to have a go or something? Filled with inexplicable anger, the Dawn members really hate this arrogant brat, but something about him also scares them. If there's one thing Asta taught me that I'll never forget, it's that to kick their ass is the only way to humble nobles, so why not? Also, they're getting on my nerves, We then return to the Black Bull base, and Asta instructs Luck and Noel, and they would be asked what they're seeing right now. Yeah, I see these blue lights, said Noel. I see orange ones, said Luck. Is this mana? Sort of. What you're seeing, gathering it to a certain point, you can find a way to expand that center that you create, and then you'll get stronger. Just keep bringing all those particles to one point. Focusing on the center that they kind of want, wherever it is. Honestly, when I'm talking about center, I'm talking about a point in the body. So Luck, for example, just puts it at his chest. Noel puts it at near her stomach, there. It just whatever helps whoever is using it better. And they start to feel closer to mana somehow. And Asta can already tell they're making progress. I'm gonna make monsters out of them, Asta thought. How will this training affect the Black Bulls? How will they evolve? Find out in the next part of Black Clover. It's been your boy. I hope you really enjoyed this, because I enjoyed filming it, partly. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. I'm gone.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.